Hey guys, and welcome to another reaction video. Yeah, but first of all, thank you guys for 100 subscribers. I would do a special, but I have really no idea what to do. Yeah, 100 subscribers, it's pretty cool. I got that many on my old channel that got deleted, so yeah, getting all those people back to it's really cool. I know I don't sound like really excited because I know for about this since a couple of hours. A friend of mine saw it first, and oh gee, wait a minute. Yeah, a friend of mine saw first that I had got 100 subs, and he told me while we were still in school. And so I had like a couple of hours to digest that, and yeah, it's really cool. It really means a lot to me. You don't even know. So yeah, it's review time again, and someone requested Silver-Quill's reviews. I've heard of Silver-Quill before, but I didn't really watch any of his videos. He starts with season 4. His reviews start with season 4, so. A little later episodes, but this one is not actually like an episode, or it is called "Get Hyped," the princess debate. So he's probably just talking about the whole Alicorn Twilight thing, which, yeah, that was quite a debate back when it was new, right? I wasn't in the Brony fandom back then, so yeah. By now, pretty much everyone has accepted it, and I personally really liked it. I liked it. So, yeah, well, let's just see what he talks about. Starting the video in 3, 2, 1, click.
A princess is before us. Behold, behold, behold.
Ah, that was a great song.
Twilicorn is the worst thing, and this show is ruined forever.
Princess Twilight is the perfect example of the hero's journey, and anyone who doesn't agree can just leave this fandom. Leave Twilight alone, I'm serious.
Everyone and their grandma seems to have weighed in on Princess Twilight Sparkle the Alicorn. And with Season 4 about to start up, we're looking at more and more arguments. At one end of the reaction spectrum, we have the Ragers. These livid fans think that Alicorn Twilight is just the worst thing ever, and this show is stupid now, and I'm leaving forever. But not really. And at the opposite extreme, we have the Zealots. These dewy-eyed fans believe that Princess Twilight is just the greatest thing ever, and this show is absolutely perfect, and anyone who doesn't agree can just GTF all of our fandom. And somewhere between these extremes lie the voices of sanity that remind us Season 4 hasn't aired yet, we've only seen Princess Twilight for about 5 minutes, and there's no point in judging the show before we've had a few episodes to get used to the new dynamic.
Pretty much, yeah.
But this is the internet, and no one listens to them. So in the spirit of unrealistic expectations, I'd like to present 5 topics that could either propel Princess Twilight and the show to new heights, or bite her right in the flank. All aboard the hype train!
That's an awesome
and let's start things off with a one-trick pony. This is a press release from head writer Megan McCarthy. We're building a very unique mythology around being a princess. Every little girl wants to be a princess. Not everybody can get to be a princess. But you can live up to the ideals that should come along with being a princess. To me, this statement was more troubling than the actual announcement about Twilight becoming an Alicorn princess. In addition to being a gross generalization, it's a declaration that being a princess is Twilight's sole-defining characteristic. This wasn't helped by a recent Hub poll that said, "Vote Twilight Sparkle for Best Pony because she's a princess." Or the Equestria Girls live-action music video.
Twilight sparkles, a princess who shines.
Not Twilight with her magical mind, and no mention of voting for the intelligent, brave heroine we've watched for 3 seasons. Nope, she's a princess, and that's what makes her unique, because there aren't 3 other characters with the same title. Part of the show's appeal was that the main heroine wasn't your typical fairy tale lead. And I'm not talking about the hooves or mane. She wasn't a princess. She wasn't beloved by all, and she wasn't going on the quest for any of the usual reasons. She was a reclusive workaholic who had a clear goal, and we got to witness her coming out of her shell. Now she is a princess.
Did he just call it an alcoholic?
Stereotypical paths as the other princess tales. Yet before we hit the abandon show button, it's important to remember that the show writers have done incredible things before, including putting new twists on fairy tale tropes. If Twilight's new role serves as a framework, her character has great opportunity. And Twilight has always been a leader, long before she gained that crown. The qualities that make her great weren't bestowed along with her title. Rather, she has that crown because of her personality.
Or
so that's
that
Princess
wings
Twilight, but what about
again.
the Alicorn? After all, this show is no longer two of a kind. When Twilight first became an alicorn, many fans pointed out the show had lost the balance of 2 Earth ponies, 2 Pegasi, and 2 of the master race. I mean, unicorns. Other fans dismissed this criticism, but I'd caution to give it some thought. This is a visual medium we're dealing with, and the themes we literally see have an impact on how we interpret the show. Another positive of the show is that we have 6 distinct personalities, each one having a chance to shine with moments of heroism and triumph, and each has a moment of weakness, stressing that there are many types of female personalities and one is not supposed to be better than another. The similar height and body shapes of the main cast, which could easily become a sign of conformity, instead come across as a sign of equality and harmony. But now...
One of these things is not like the others. Which one is different? Do you know?
We've got a character who has longer legs than an Earth pony, bigger wings than a Pegasus, and a longer horn than most unicorns. Visually, this can shatter the image of balance or harmony and say that one personality, the ever-studious Twilight Sparkle, is better than the athlete, the worker, the creative, and others. I really doubt that's the message the writers want to convey, yet I can see how people would interpret it. Yet, let's also ask what alicorns, the deluxe edition of ponies, represent. As an ideal, alicorns are supposed to be the best of all 3 races. They found the balancing point and represent that level of harmony by themselves. Twilight became an alicorn because of the lessons she learned from her friends. She isn't better than them, she's become a better pony because of them. And let's be honest, this far into the show, do we really love these characters because one has a horn and another has wings?
No.
My favorite character is a Pegasus who's afraid of heights, and I didn't hear any complaints when the Cutie Mark Crusaders added another Earth pony to the mix. Again, this is all going to hinge on how the writers present Twilight in her new role. And if you're still hung up on the numbers, think of it this way. We now have 3 ponies with hooves on the ground and 3 in the air. And speaking of 3s, let's talk about the other 3 princesses. Because if the goal is to create a new mythology around princesses, they really could have done more with these 3. Supporters have pointed out that equestrian princesses are different than the fairy tale stock because they take an active leadership role and have earned their crowns. Supposedly, that means the equestrian rulers are the best of the best. Yet, I must respectfully disagree because I think the way Celestia, Luna, and Cadence have been presented reinforces the princess stereotype. How often have we actually witnessed these 3 leading? My answer? Once each. Crystal Empire Part 1, Crystal Empire Part 2, and Sleepless in Ponyville. These are the only episodes where we actually saw the princesses performing duties that weren't for the sake of an audience. In any other appearance, the princesses
I love
are there
Lyra
for the
in that
crowd,
in that
looking
bit
pretty
there.
and trying to add a face to the event without having to do any leadership. Or, worse still, they're trying to perform their duties and failing. Sure, you can tell me that they're great rulers. You can tell me that it's hard to be a princess. But when all I see is Cadence being pampered while other ponies do all the work, then I'm not buying it. Then again, I already said that Twilight has shown leadership qualities. She's overseen town events, led the main cast on adventures, and she's the go-to pony when a crisis arises.
Yeah.
Twilight has the opportunity to truly break the mold. Unlike the other 3, Twilight has no backstory as a royal, and so we get to see her grow into the role from day 1. Plus, her peers have an opportunity to show their own qualities by serving as mentors. The princesses have had to take a backseat in past adventures so Twilight and company could save the day, but now they all have a chance to shine. If Twilight can struggle with her new role and learn to fit, then she'll be celebrated and definitely won't be forgotten. Hey, remember these idiots?
Important ponies, these ruffians?
It's moments like this that I worry about the equestrian newspaper system because clearly no one is reading it. Well, you can say goodbye to that problem because Twilight Station is now a physical trait. Any pony that fails to recognize her now will either be blind or stupid, or the writers will have really messed up. Unfortunately, that means her slice of life days are done. We've already seen how ponies react to royalty. Given the reverence they show to alicorns, it's unlikely that Twilight can just wander into a new setting and act casually. Cadence was an attempt at an easygoing, relatable princess, and again, this is the closest we've gotten to a slice of life setting for a princess. The only thing worse than Twilight being ostracized is the thought that every pony will treat her the same, with no notice of her new role. In other words, it'd be the inverse of Princess Promenade.
The horror! The horror!
Now, while I would miss the slice of life aspect, this would be an interesting challenge. We've seen how important social status is to Canterlot ponies. I imagine many would want to get to know the newest princess. They briefly touched on this in the Canterlot Wedding, Part 1.
And she decided to replace her bridesmaids because she found out the only reason they wanted to be in the wedding was so they could meet Canterlot royalty.
This would touch back on the moral from Griffin the Brush-Off, learning the difference between true and false friends. Though hopefully she won't forget the other 5. There's been a disturbing trend since the end of Season 2. Twilight's quests have featured her friends less and less. Oh, they tag along, sure. Yet we then reach a point where Twilight ditches them to complete the quest alone, and they provide the comedic relief. Now that she's a princess and an alicorn, what does this mean for the others? I mean, nothing says friendship like having all your friends bow to you. Hear me, friends. I'd like you all to show your camaraderie by bowing before me. Whoa, hey, wait, what are you? Oh my god, ow, no, ow, oh, no, that's not bowing. Ow, ow, oh. Yeah, bowing's a no-no. Lesson 0 shook up the dynamic when Twilight's friends were empowered to write their own friendship reports. It signaled they were strong enough to carry an episode on their own. Putting the focus back on Twilight can feel like a regression. There's genuine concern that other fan favorites will be overshadowed. And how do you have conflict when there's always the princess option? And yet, that'd be a good early episode for Season 4. How tempting must it be to use and abuse your friend's new position of power? I could see Twilight's friends learning a lesson and fulfilling their lifelong ambitions without using Twilight as a crutch. Even with Celestia and Luna ruling the land, we still care about what happens to these ponies because we like the characters. Rank and social status have nothing to do with it. And while their conflicts might not impact national events, they're still fun to watch. Not all of them received wings and horns, still holding my breath on Alicorn and Fluttershy, yet this new dynamic is going to have an impact on them all. And if we can't enjoy watching our favorite characters adapt to the new situation, then we wouldn't be fans of the show in the first place. Let's see how they do in Season 4. I'm Silver-Quill, thanks for watching.
A friend will be there to help them see. A true friend helps a friend in need to see the light that shines from a true friend.
Oh god, that's an awesome remix. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Okay, what to say about this? I was a friend of Princess Twilight Sparkle, honestly, from the first day. I wasn't like that one guy, like this incredibly... I was somewhere in the middle, I guess? Like, I was not saying, oh my gosh, Princess Twilight is the best thing that ever happened to this show, but I actually liked the idea. And especially the episode. It was a great episode. So yeah, now that we've all seen Season 4 already, I think they did a pretty good job with Twilight. There was definitely slice of life in there. Sometimes you actually did have the feeling that Twilight wasn't really being recognized as a princess. But other times she clearly did, and especially in Season 5, like I'm thinking of Princess Spike, where Spike could do pretty much everything with just saying that he's doing it on order of Twilight or something like that. Where it's just, oh, okay, Twilight, yeah, okay, you've said enough. Twilight was everything I needed to hear. So yeah, I actually think they did pretty good in Season 4, and he was pretty much right. Yeah, not a whole lot to say, right? And yeah, I'm in case you're wondering about my one reaction, I'm not just against Princess Fluttershy. I'm really thinking that they shouldn't just turn anyone else into an Alicorn just like that. I think there should stay something special. I mean, yeah, it's apparently happened to Princess Cadence, but we didn't see that, so no need to turn the rest of the main six into Alicorns. But I don't think I have to say that out loud. I think you all have the same opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say. I really like his voice. I mean, I've heard about it that he has like a really great voice for reviewing. But yeah, it's true. Nice, really nice, deep, calming, I guess, voice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see the rest of his reactions, and if he maybe will like get back to this video that he made where he's like, oh, I'm glad that they did that. I mean, I've talked about it in my Get Hyped About Princess Twilight video, and you know, just you know, I think you know what I mean. But yeah. Other than that, I have really nothing else to say, so I'll just end this video here and say I hope you like this little commentary, and I hope you see you next time. Bye.